morning, sports fans. ASMR Sports back in your business with part 2 of this repack product that I did in my last video. That I was pretty friggin' excited about. I thought I would show you guys something else. I've been getting in this week a lot of orders that I placed like last week in the way of Star Trek cards. I've been on a real Star Trek buying spree for no real apparent reason except that I like Star Trek. I think it's a great brand, that a lot of people really love, and you can get a lot of Star Trek cards for what I think is insanely cheap. Like this box here is a Rittenhouse product. It's Star Trek Voyager, which is one of the Star Trek television series. I think that ran 6 seasons. I think they generally go about 6 seasons max, if I'm not mistaken. And this is cool because it's, the complete Star Trek Voyager, so it's got all of the seasons, covered. And it is from, hold on here, let's see if I can, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Getting notifications. Anyways, so yeah, this box is from 2002, so it's 22 years old, and it's got 2 autos per box. And I got a couple of them. I got them for $100 a piece on eBay, which seems like a total steal to me. Maybe I'm overestimating the market, interest in old Star Trek shows, but I don't know. I'm a big fan, so I find it quite plausible to believe that someday this stuff will be, very sought after. But maybe it won't happen. Who knows? But for $100, I feel like that's a steal. And with those boxes, the guy who was selling them actually sent this little marketing thing, which I think is awesome. So I just got some info on the set, and on the back it's got the whole checklist, including some pictures of some of the dual autograph cards and some of the single autograph cards. So yeah, this is one of the few Star Trek shows I've watched. Actually, it might be the only one I've watched totally to completion. And so I was, super engrossed by it. I loved it. I know all the characters, and all the main characters, and then some are included in the autographs here. So, and they have a few cards for each season, which I think is cool. So anyways, this was something that came in recently that I thought was really cool. I thought I'd show you guys. I think I probably bought the last 2 of these boxes on eBay. Also there's a little kind of promo card too, comes with this, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, there's I don't think there's any of those left at that price. There's probably some left at a higher price. So I guess I've perhaps already adjusted the market. Alright folks, these 10 packs here are the second half of the 20 packs that came in this bad boy. And I am going to open all of these, and we're going to look at them up close and personal. Shrek 2 trading cards from Cards Inc. So one thing I'm really interested in about this lot of packs, which I'm very tempted to go buy more of these. I think the guy I bought these from on eBay still has more that are available for $29.99 plus shipping. So if you guys are interested, by all means, check that out. But one thing I'm really learning, because I love non-sports cards and I don't have a lot was like early 90s to whatever, like mid 2000s, so I would say. And of course, everything, after that is foil packed, but that was sort of the birth of the foil packs. And there's a lot of, 90s stuff that I've never really seen, certainly never opened, and don't own. And so I'm getting my first taste of it, and I've already seen one card manufacturer that I had never heard of, and that made, one of the packs from my first video, and now I see another one, this Cards Inc. So what that makes me, want to do is go and kind of search to see if there are unopened boxes of stuff made by that company, and see what kind of sets they produced. Because I just find that super interesting. Oh well, double back facing. Alright, so right at the bat we got a cool foil card. I bet these are probably like one per pack. That's why it was backwards. So there's a donkey, played by Eddie Murphy in the Shrek series. Pretty cool. I'm sure I've seen Shrek 2, but I don't remember too much. I think it was the debut of this cat guy. I don't think he was in the first one. There's the castle. Not sure what that is. There's the king. So, yeah, pretty cool. Cards Inc. right there. I'll have to look them up and see what. I also love to just kind of learn about the history of these companies and see, like, sort of how long they were around and when they went out of business. And, because, like, basically any card company that I had, that I haven't heard of is out of business because there's really only a handful of non-sports manufacturers. There's Upper Deck, which does a lot of the Marvel stuff. There's Rittenhouse, which does a lot of the kind of sci-fi stuff. And then I'm trying to think what else. That's kind of it. I don't know if I think like Panini might do a set or two, and Topps, of course, does, Star Wars properties and a few other things too. Here's another cards pack, so that's pretty cool. Tech World. I want to see what this is from, like late 90s. No, early 2000s, 2004 on that one, so I'm guessing this is roughly that time frame, maybe a little earlier. Wow, way early. 1993. Wow, so that means if that's 1993, this is 2004, then this cards company was in business for at least a decade. So that's pretty cool. Kind of crazy that a card manufacturer was around so long, and I've never heard of them, because they probably went out of business 15 years ago or something, or more. But yeah, that's why I'm really digging these packs and this box that they came in, so I can learn all these cool new things. Well, here's a little problem. Oh man, these are super stuck, guys. Wow, yeah, that's a nice big tear right there. So this is Tech World, which I have never heard of. It looks to be maybe a comic book series featuring William. Yeah, these are the William Shatner cards. Yeah, I feel like I saw boxes of these. Oh wait, Card Z. That's the company that I had looked up in my first video that I'd never heard of. So that was the first company, and then Cards Inc. is the second company. So we're seeing Card Z for the second time here in this video. And I remember when I looked that up, I saw boxes of this set. I remember the William Shatner aspect. Wow. Well, I don't know if I'm even gonna bother, but so yeah, these are again, these are from 1993, so quite old. And that definitely, like, basically 93 was, when companies were still, I think, pretty early in the process of figuring out, like, the glossy coatings on cards, and they used some chemicals that, didn't really stand the test of time. So you see a lot of stuff from, like, Fleer Ultra and even Topps, from basically 91 through 95 or 6. You you see a lot of products from all the manufacturers that have this card sticking together problem. Alright, here we have another kind of collect-a-card. Another card company I have not heard of. But Power Rangers Mighty Morphin. So yeah, these guys were a huge hit back in the early 90s. These I think are from 94. So not surprising at all that there was a set made. They should be pretty clean because I don't think they're going to be very glossy. Well, they actually are fairly glossy. Now, I never watched this show at all. I mean, I was aware of the show, its character, some of its characters. So that I remember she was, I forget which color Power Ranger was, but she was like, the kind of big star of the show, if I'm not mistaken. Kimberly. They're gonna say who plays her. No, but I know her name. It's kind of like on the tip of my tongue. No, these kids are supposed to be teenagers. She's obviously not a teenager in this photograph, but I mean, it's like 90210 where everybody's 40 and they're playing high school kids. Oh wow, look at this cool thing. Little foil action there, so the cartoon spaceship there is in foil. The rest of the card is just regular. That's really cool. Is that like their main spaceship's pterodactyl Dinozard? Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Okay, that's who we just saw. Has the power crystal that can summon the mighty pterodactyl Dinozard into action. When summoned, the pterodactyl Dinozard rises from the ground and flies into the scene of battle. The power crystals and the power morphers were given to the Power Rangers by Zordon. Alright, if you say so. Okay, next pack. What do we got? Fleer Ultra Reboot. Computer-generated images. What is this? It's awesome, but what the hell? Like, did Fleer seriously make a card set of just random computer-generated images? What? Or was there like a show called Reboot? I don't know, but this is amazing. 1995. And it's kind of amazing what Fleer got into in the 90s. I mean, they really did a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of crazy sets. 10 chromium cards, limited edition 10 chromium cards, 10 suspended animation cards, 5 holoblasts. Oh, wow, what? Just crazy. Fleer Ultra. I feel like they started making everything. I mean, it's not like they made a regular Fleer set of this. They just made Fleer Ultra of a lot of, like, these non-sport properties. I believe there's a Fleer Ultra, Beavis and Butthead set that I'd really love to get some boxes of, because I was a big fan of Beavis and Butthead when I was in high school at that age. Alright, here we go. Mega Flop. Puppy Love. Software Pirate. I gotta see what these say on the back here. The Software Pirates. Bored former accountants who went to sea in search of new excitement and profit margins, sailed in from the net and docked their ship, the Saucy Mare. This lettering is really squished together, so it's kind of hard to read. Actually, I can see it on my screen a lot more clearly. I'm gonna look there. Under the command of their captain, the notorious Crimson Binome, the crew disembark on Zippa boards, armed with stun sabers, invade mainframe searching for valuable data to pirate and profit. Wow, so I'm curious to know if anybody ever heard of this. Like, was this a show or a movie or what? Just crazy. But yeah, very, 90s looking computer graphic stuff there, which is to say not impressive. Alright, here's an Upper Deck set. Kind of surprised this is in this, kind of plastic non-foil wrapper. Usually they were doing everything foil, I thought. Wonder if this is like really early 90s. No, 1998, so I don't know. I think this is just kind of Upper Deck trying to save a buck. So Anastasia, I don't actually know what that is. That like a Disney movie or something? Looks like it. All right, basically just photos front and back from the movie. Alright, kind of boring. Alright, what do we got here? Wow, look at this. Saban's VR Troopers, JB Reese. I don't know what this could be, but I never heard of VR Troopers. Look for VR Troopers audio cassettes wherever music is sold. Copyright Saban. So, Saban Entertainment. So it's like, I don't understand this. I feel like one of these other ones I saw, Saban. This one. No, so I can't figure out if Saban is like the owner of whatever IP is in here, or if it's the manufacturer. I see Saban somewhere else. Maybe I'm listening. Well, let's check it out, guys. But yeah, I don't see anything other than copyrights, 1995 Saban on there, so kind of crazy that they make their own cards, like Disney getting into the card business instead of just licensing their IP to a Panini or a Pacific or something like that. Alright, what do you got here? Well, we got a puzzle on the back, it looks like. Looks like puzzles on the front and the back. What the heck? Wow. It's so weird. Now, how much of this are we going to be able to produce? Wait a minute. Oh, I guess we don't have enough. Or do we? No, not really. Oh, well, there's that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are these? So, puzzle pack. 5-piece. 5-card piece. Puzzle pack. Collect all 4. So I guess in every pack they give you one of 4 of these puzzles, and this is one of them. Kind of interesting. Can't say I've ever seen anything like that, where you get basically all the pieces of the puzzle. Now on the back, are we going to be able to basically make a new puzzle? Yes, we are, I think. Yeah, so wow, so weird, but kind of cool. I have no idea what this, like, this stuff is from. Wow, so weird. VR Troopers. I kind of like this concept though, because it basically means you can fit a big old picture into a little pack of cards like that, right? And not only that, you get 2, so you get 2 different big pictures. That's kind of cool. I like that. Never seen that before. No idea what that set is about. Alright, X-Files. Now this is kind of cool. I feel like I might have a box of these around somewhere. I know I have like a couple of X-Files things. And, oh, actually, you know what? I recently ordered, so Rittenhouse did an X-Files. They did actually all of the, series as sets that they sold in boxes. They're standard kind of square-looking hobby boxes. And I found a deal on the set, on the boxes of the season 10 and 11 set, which they combined into one. So I believe those were the last 2 seasons of the show. So Rittenhouse made a set of those, and I noticed that they had cases of 12 of those boxes, which I think have 2 autos each. So you get a case of 12 for it's like $700, I think. $700 per case, which seems really cheap to me. It's $50 a box, basically. Okay, it's a little bit more than that, but whatever. Between 50 and 60. And yeah, and Blowout was running a special for Labor Day with like a coupon on, certain price levels. I think it was like over $500. You get $50 off. So I used one of those coupons, and I bought 2 of those cases. I think those were the last 2 they had too. So I kind of cleaned out the market. So yeah, now I got 2 cases of Rittenhouse. Season 10 and 11 X-Files, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. But nobody asked me, so it might not be awesome. Alright, here we go. X-Files. So this is season 1, this set. The exciting promotional graphic for the X-Files eventually became a licensed poster. My character, Mulder, is obsessed. But he has to be a regular guy, observed actor David Duchovny. He makes the show believable. It was the disappearance of Mulder's little sister, who was possibly abducted by aliens, that triggered his obsession with the paranormal. Mulder is frequently haunted by her image in dreams and visions from the episode Miracle Man. So X-Files has been, the entire season has been on, Netflix or some other... Sorry, my voice is going nuts here. Yeah, so it was on a streaming service that I had subscribed to in the past, 5 years or something, but I never watched it. I always want to watch it, but I feel like X-Files is kind of one of those shows you have to pay attention to, because even though it's it's episodic in that each episode is, it's sort of a self-contained story, there are definitely themes running through and sort of arcs running through the entire series. And it's such a long series that if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss something that might be important 10 episodes later or 5 seasons later. And given how many seasons there are and therefore episodes, it's sort of daunting to think about watching them all, while paying pretty close attention. There's shows you can watch where you sort of have it on the background. But this is not one of them. But I don't know, I've always loved the idea of this show. Actually, a good friend of mine, when I used to live in Boston, was a big fan of this show, and he had the complete DVD collection, back when DVDs were a thing. So yeah, I don't know, will I ever? And then I also feel like what could happen is you might spend a couple weeks watching a bunch of episodes, maybe get through season 1, but then it might be a long time before you have a lot of time to commit to watching more, and maybe you've forgotten what happened in the first season. So I don't know, I'm kind of afraid to watch. That kind of happened with The Wire. I watched the first season pretty intently, and then in the second season I sort of watched it more casually and spaced out my viewings, and yeah, eventually I just totally fizzle out and have no idea what's going on in the show. So it kind of sucks, because I know it's a good show, but I don't know, I just haven't committed the time. Alright, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. 4 trading cards plus 1 coloring card per pack, and this has a little a free security thing. So this is Skybox. Skybox did a ton of stuff, and in fact the Star Trek stuff I've been buying over the last week or so is, I think, pretty much all Skybox stuff, other than the occasional Rittenhouse boxes like I just showed at the beginning of this. So Skybox was very active in non-sport stuff in the 90s. That's pretty cool. That plane. Coloring card. Okay, that's why it's black and white, so you can color it. So that's pretty cool. Alright, next up is something I've been looking forward to, because I'm a huge Transformers fan. Oh wow, this is Cards Inc. So these are collector stickers. Transformers. So back when they made the Transformers, like G1 original toys in about 84 and 85, they actually made a Transformers card set, but it only came in blister packs, which are those, a cardboard sort of backing, and then, a kind of a semi-hard plastic, see-through plastic thing sealing the cards in. So that was the only way they were distributed. They'd never made, Transformer packs, at least in the United States, of cards. So we were kind of always without a Transformer set of cards. But we do have stickers here, which I have to say I've not seen. But now these are relatively new. I mean, they're 21 years old, but still, these were made many years, 20 years after the Transformer toys and the original Transformer cards. So didn't really fit didn't really meet the needs of the Transformer card aficionado back from when, the toys were originally made popular. But still cool to have. I'm almost tempted not to open this because I would love to have this in my collection, but I am going to open it. But I tell you this because I also want to announce that there is a new Transformers card set. It's funny because the publisher is one of these kind of more small potatoes, non-sport manufacturers that has been getting more active lately. And they've got a few different things they're working on, but yeah, I got the pre-sale, info for the new Transformers set, which has some really cool, they have a bunch of parallels and some cool stuff. I think there's some autographs of like some of the, I don't know, maybe it was the cartoon illustrators or something. I can't remember who the autographs were of, but they might have been like voice actors from the cartoon show back in the 80s too. I can't remember, but anyways, the sets look pretty cool to me, so I bought a bunch of that stuff, so I should have for sale, sometime, I think, before the end of the year. So that'll be the first real kind of pack-issued mainstream cards, if we exclude those blister pack cards, which I kind of do. Format of these seems to be very similar to the, like, Topps baseball stickers from back in the 80s. Alright. Wow, we got a little foil. That's awesome. That thing looks cool. It's gonna say who it is. Nope. These are really cool looking. So they do seem to have art from the 80s TV show that I think was probably on about like 85, 86 or something like that. I mean, it was like a year or so. It was relatively contemporaneous with the, Generation 1 toys. That's really cool. These are pretty sweet. I'd love to see the whole set of this stuff. I may have to do a little digging. Because I wonder, like, if you can find boxes of this stuff. If so, I would definitely be happy to have one of those in my collection. So, got some research to do, some homework. Alright, well, next up, next two, I think are kind of a letdown, because they're not really my sort of cup of coffee, but maybe you guys are some Disney fans, or maybe I have some Disney fans out there watching. But we've got two kind of late 90s, or maybe early 2000s probably. Yeah, 2000 and, what is this? I was looking at the wrong number. I think these are from 97, since there's an offer expires 96, or so these would be like 95. But it doesn't actually say the year anywhere unless I'm missing it. So these are roughly 95. And these are from so these are offer expires 95, so these are probably from 94. And you'll notice the artwork on this and printing seem quite a bit more elaborate than here, so maybe that's a year of evolution. So let's open Pocahontas. I think I have a full box of these. This is one of those kind of boxes you can find for $10 or $15 a box on eBay, plus shipping, of course, which, really compound the price, but suffice to say these are a pretty cheap product out place, so yeah, not the best. There's a cool little, so I've noticed Skybox just seems to do this in every set, and I think they also do it in here. Yeah, 14 cards plus one pop out, plus one activity card. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I've noticed this is a very thick pack, so it's maybe a jumbo pack or something. I don't know if it says that on there, but I don't know. 14 cards in that one. Alright, so wow, we got the, oh, I was gonna say that's like the sort of number one card in the set, but it's actually not. 2 of 9. There's a Gus. Puzzle piece there. Sorry, I'm getting tired. So yeah, just kind of stills from the movie. A little bit of story on the back. The birds try to wake Bruno from his nap, but the sleepy dog doesn't move. Alright, so it is a description of that card image. They sing in his ear, they tug his tail, and even the horse neighs. Finally, waking up, Bruno realizes Cinderella needs his help. He races into the house and up the stairs. Will he get there in time? Yeah, so Cinderella, look at these. I mean, that movie was made in what, like the 60s? Something like that. I can't remember if it was one of those Disneys that was like black and white originally and colorized, or was it a little bit later than that. But, well, there you have it. I was kind of hoping, I was really hoping actually, that we would get some Star Trek stuff in here. I think there was a Star Trek pack. Yeah, there actually. Okay, so that's Skybox Voyager, so that's actually different than the box that I showed you, and that's actually, I think, Season 1. These boxes you can get pretty cheap, because they don't have any autos in them, I don't believe, so that's where a lot of the value comes. There's that Voyager pack again, so yeah, so they show, you know, some 80s packs in there. I see RoboCop, Superman, some like actual wax packs with wax paper wrapping. There's Return of Jedi on that one. Dallas, Superman, so I think those are kind of like the hits, right? Like if you get one of those wax packs, you've beaten the odds pretty significantly, but I actually was not terribly interested in those because I've seen all those before, and I have many of them, if not all of them, if not many of all of them, but, you know, what I do not have is the packs that we got, all these kind of mid, or early 90s to mid 2000s foil packs. So yeah, I was hoping we'd get a Voyager, but we didn't, so maybe I'll have to go grab a box of those and do a Star Trek pack party video or something, but that's what we got for today. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. We'll catch y'all next time, and yeah, we'll do some sports action here coming up soon, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you then. Bye now.